Hi everyone, we're gonna get kind of started already. So if a few people come in, that's fine. Feel free if you need. I mean, there's a lot of snacks back there. Please take as much as you would like. I don't want to go home with anything, so please take what you can. My name's Javier Huerta. I'm the regulatory biologist, the district biologist for Parks and Wildlife. I cover Kinney and Maverick County. So I'm out of Eagle Pass, but I also cover Kinney County. Today we have one of our urban biologists, Joseph Clappert from San Antonio. He's going to kind of be going over urban biology, just some different topics. You're kind of in a unique place here where it's rural, but you're also in a town. But on the outskirts of y'all, it's all rangeland. So kind of a unique situation.
It does work if you need it.
Okay, but everyone can hear me, right? Somewhat. I hope so.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. You're gonna be the first speaker.
Okay.
And so we have two representatives here from Texas Master Naturalists. It's a new group that's kind of been started, the Brushy Canyons chapter. And if you have any interest in joining that, they cover Kinney, Uvalde, and Medina County, correct?
Mhm.
And yeah, so if you have any questions for them, I mean, please ask them, reach out to them. I appreciate them being here today. So yeah. Yeah, we'll let you kick it off. All right. Yeah.
Okay, so I have more hair color similar to y'all, and there's this. I don't know. I think I'll get this right. My technical skills aren't always the best. My name is Kathy. This is Christy back there, and Noelle's actually back there hiding too. And we're all members of the Brushy Canyon Texas Master Naturalist Program. So, what is a naturalist? It's always the biggest question. So you might be a naturalist if you like looking at birds, plants, just bugs, scat, skulls, if that's really what you're into. If you jumped into a stream bed just to take a picture of some kind of flower, you are a master naturalist, or you're a naturalist. If your phone has more pictures of plants on it than your own children or family, then you're a naturalist, okay? And if you open mine, you're going to see most of the animals. And of course, if you're crazy and you walk around and look at on the ground and you get excited and you go, "Oh, I wonder what that is," you are a naturalist. Okay? So that's kind of a cool thing. Now, what makes the work of a master naturalist so important is that they're individuals who love nature. They give of their time. It's a service organization. But most importantly, they are trained. Okay, and that's what we're here to talk to you about. Is we're going to be holding our next set of classes for that training. So this training is priceless when we determine how to take care of our resources in the future. Okay, so we need to know what we're talking about to take care of our resources in the future, and so that's why the training is so fun. Do you want to be a master naturalist? Okay, we think you do. If you don't, that's okay. But I bet you know someone who does. Someone who you know, and you just look at him and think that person would really get a kick out of this. Okay? Our mission is to develop a corps of well-trained volunteers to provide education, outreach, and service that's dedicated toward the beneficial management of natural areas and resources and within your community in Texas. We have sponsors. Texas Parks and Wildlife is a sponsor, and Texas A&M AgriLife Extension is a sponsor. They help support us with a lot of this, so we really appreciate them. And there are chapters all over Texas, okay? And ours is fairly new, but you can see right here the 3 counties, okay? So Medina, Real, and Kinney right there combine to make the Brush Canyon, so Brush and Canyon, because that's what we have in our counties, and that's how they came up with the name. But otherwise, there's 49 total chapters in the state of Texas right now, and they've been going for a long time. We were founded in 23, started in 2019, mostly by people who had moved into the area, were already certified Texas Master Naturalists. They got here, there's not a group. What are we going to do? So they said, let's make our own. Of course, COVID hit, took a break. Then in 2023, they started up again, or 22, and in 23, they got organized. They became accepted and chartered as a new chapter. And they had their first class of 21 students. So you have to go through this class, and that's what we're here to tell you about. Last year, we had a second class, which Christy and I were members of. So we have both completed our classwork. And currently, there are 31 members of the organization, and of those, 14 are certified. So I'm not a certified master naturalist. I haven't completed all of the requirements yet. I'm still working on that. But we do have 14 that are certified. All right, so how do you get certified? Well, you've got to take 40 hours of classroom and field instruction. All right, easy. That's no problem. And it's fun. I mean, I haven't been to school since I went to college, and I was not sure. I did have a career teaching outdoor education, so I'm kind of picky about having to listen to people, and I get bored pretty quick if they're boring. And I mean, they had the best instructors, the best speakers, the best activities. I was just so excited to be there. You also need to have 8 hours of advanced training. So for me, it was an area that I really wanted to do. So that's the cool thing about advanced training is you can find something that's really important to you. I love birds of prey. So they had, AgriLife had this raptor week, and I was able to watch Zoom classes on raptors for a solid week. It was great. Well, not a solid week because I do work full time. So it was during my lunch hour. And then you have to offer 40 hours of service back. Okay. So that may take a little time, but that's annually, not a big deal. It's basically only a few half days, not even once a month, and you've got it down. All right. So the classroom experience has just tons of topics. And we have this textbook back there that it weighs about 50 pounds and it's really thick, but it wasn't that hard to read through. And the best part is it's a great resource source. It's not that college thick stuff that's really hard to get. It's just simple things that you can use and you can use as a resource for you. And we studied all the different ologies, the entomology, the ornithology, the ichthyology. It was fun. And we also went out into the field to put this stuff into practice. So that was even better. But all those different things we learned about. So here's pictures of us during our basic training and all the different places we went. And that was the fun part too, is it was a lot of active participation going out to some of the natural areas within these counties that we're in. We have amazing resources here. And we all went to places that Christy's mom was just talking about. She's lived here a really long time and hasn't gone to half the places we got to go to. We were able to get onto ranches, private ranches, or onto reserves and things like that not everybody gets to go do. The advanced training focuses on a volunteer's area of interest. It's mostly field oriented, but sometimes it can also be lecture due to Zoom classes and things like that. So that's fun. Hey, look, there you are, you're famous. He is like the insect guru. I could not tell you the scientific name of anything. That is not me. But we have such great resources within our club. There are people that we would go looking for insects and what is this? He had it down. We have other people who do that for birds. We have people who do it for plants. We have great team members that help those of us who may not know that high scientific knowledge, teach us, help us learn this kind of stuff. Okay. So the volunteer service project, it's 40 hours. It's self-directed. You pick what you want to do. You get it approved and you go out on your own time. We can coordinate it with the chapter. Sometimes the chapters offer things specifically. They're saying, hey, here's a great opportunity. I went to Garner State Park and I helped one of their rangers teach a fishing class to kids. That was a blast. Great half day, got some hours in there. Speaking to you all. I'm getting hours. I'm so excited. Okay. It takes advantage of your individual skills. Whatever you do well or what you like the most, that's what you're going to pick for your projects. It's fun. But it can be a wildscape. They could be construction and maintenance of trails so people have better access to natural environments. We did a great river cleanup one day. Why not go into the river and walk around in the water? It's wonderful. They even have some very scientific ones. And I don't know if there's a picture of it later. Oh, there's our river cleanup. So we had a good time there. The fish, not really the hatchery. What is it? The National Fish. I guess they still call it the fish hatchery. Yeah, like they have those fishing days for kids, and you could go volunteer there. They have bird watching areas. You could volunteer there. You guys have a lot of stuff even close to you in y'all's area where you can go work. But they have some scientific projects that they put out there, and somebody somewhere is going to collect data, but they can't send enough people out there. So they'll say, I want you to go to this geo coordinate. I want you to listen for this bird, and I want you to jot down data on how often you hear or see that bird. And then that goes to other people. They can then put together their big reports. So you can go anywhere from the fun stuff of just planting a natural garden to doing some scientific data research for people. It's exciting. Okay. How do you learn more about us? Well, are you guys into computers and going to websites and all that kind of stuff? They've got a great website. And we have a piece of paper back there that has it on there. So stop by and pick that up. Or just Google Master Naturalist and voila, it'll come up. Okay. And then once you get there, you can go to the map that's on the page and you find where is us? Right down here. You click on that and that takes you automatically to the Brushy Canyon site. And we have a great page just about us. And it has the calendar and things that's going on and connections and who to contact. So if you go home and you think, I'm maybe not interested right now, but then you start thinking about it and going, I really want to learn more about that. Just Google. You got it. It's easy to find. All right. So here's the key point. We are starting a new class. Okay. The class is going to start in February. It's going to run the 13th of February through May 22nd. If any of you are working, it's okay. It's perfect. I still work full time. So it goes every other Thursday and then alternating every other Saturday. So you're not giving up all your Saturdays. You're not having to give up any work. You can still go to these classes and have a good time. The location kind of moves around depending on where we're going and what we're going to see and what we're talking about. So that's kind of fun. It does have a fee. It's $160. That does a lot, though. That gives you that big, giant textbook. It gives you a free shirt when you get certified. So that's the most important thing of all. It pays for your dues to be a member. And, of course, it helps us get the different speakers to come and help teach the classes. We're going to start our registration at the beginning of December. So if anybody's interested, we can actually sign up at that time. But you don't have to right away. And for more information, you are going to contact Mickey. He's the head of the planning committee and getting that class all organized. So once again, information back there at the table concerning that. Okay. Basically, you can help make nature relevant. Relevant to your grandkids, relevant to your neighbors, relevant to your community. Okay? That's the key thing about being a master naturalist is we can't protect our local environment, our local community, unless other people care about it as much as we do. Okay? And that's what we do. We volunteer our time to help other people get excited about nature as much as we are. Anybody have any questions? You guys are awfully quiet. Okay. Well, we will be here. Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, a lot of chapters have cool projects that they're in. What are some of the projects that your chapter's working on? I know you're a pretty new chapter.
Yeah, we're a new chapter. So, gosh, you're asking the wrong question. How about you? Can you add to some of the?
We're getting involved with something at Lost Maple. I don't remember exactly what it is, but there's, I guess their chapter over there is running this project, and we're signing on to help them with that.
Yeah.
The
bird counts, Christmas bird counts.
Yeah, we do it actually two. There's one in Uvalde, and there's one at Garden State Park.
Mm-hmm.
2 different dates for Christmas bird count.
Yeah, we're working on there's a rainwater data collection. So you have to get these. Oh, there she goes. You got to get these famous fancy schmancy rain gauges, and you actually get your volunteer time for going out and checking your rain gauge every time that goes in. I happen to find a lot of horned lizards on my property. And so I take photos of them, and we all download our information into something called iNaturalist. And Texas Parks and Wildlife have different groups that are studying different kinds of things, birds, endangered species, threatened species, and it helps them identify populations. So your data collection of that helps with those kinds of things. Dark sky. We work on dark sky things. We do a lot with Garner State Park, obviously, because they are kind of right in the center of one of our better things. So yes.
I was in the mix. So I also offered at certain Garner State Park. Us as regulatory biologists, we ban dove each beginning of the season. So that was an option for people to go out and help ban doves. Yeah, this is kind of what the bans look like. Of course, they're a lot smaller to fit on a dove leg. But yeah, we wrap it around the dove and just put it on there, and it gets good data for us. So hunters harvesting birds, we get a lot of band captures in Mexico, so that kind of tells us where the birds are going. They go back up to Oklahoma, so that was kind of a unique opportunity to catch dove and help us band them. So,
yeah, there's all different things. Someone over, yeah.
Would your volunteer work be in another chapter? What chapter?
I think it would be allowed.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be
You're basically
just for your.
you let your board know what you're interested in doing, and the board votes yes or no as to if that's something that can go with it.
Basically, the board of directors for the chapter makes a decision, and we're usually pretty flexible and amenable to a lot of things that people want to do. You mentioned Coco Rasta, the rain gauge. You're allowed 5 hours a month for running that rain gauge and reporting to the national system. And so you need 40 hours a year. You can get 60 hours a year just maintaining the rain gauge.
Yeah. So.
Once you become a master naturalist, if you maintain it, then you can change, like you move
from chapter to chapter. Yeah, you don't have to take the class again. Yeah.
That's what happened to Mickey. I mean, Mickey was
right.
part of another chapter, and he became the instructor.
So
we have a lot of statewide projects too that you can hop on.
Yeah.
Or tied to one chapter.
So just spread the word for us. We want to grow bigger. We want to have fun. We want you all to join us. We want every one of you all to join us. But it doesn't have to be your thing. If it's not your thing, we understand, because not everybody likes to go look at poop. That's okay. I love reptiles. Christy won't get near a snake. Okay, I mean, we look for them. I get all excited, and she's running in the other direction. So, and that's okay. I'm not good with scientific names. I'm not that kind of nature nerd. I'm the hands-on play with stuff. But there's people who need to know the data and the science. We're a good, wide variety of people, and it mixes well, and we just have a good time.
So is it okay? So y'all had an advanced training last Thursday. Yeah. Is it okay, like, say if they want to come out to one of those, is it okay just to get an idea of?
Right. Okay. So once a month we have our regular meeting. It's just a monthly group meeting. And so you can come to that. We talk about some very simple things. That's only, maybe 20 minutes. And then we always have someone do an advanced training and all different subjects each month. And so it's kind of fun. It's one of the ways we get our advanced training, but it's just anybody is welcome to come. We want as many people as possible That's held over at Garner State Park. So what? First Thursday of each month. Yeah.
The other thing, Kathy, with respect to meeting, the training classes, if somebody has something that comes up and they can't make that class, we record those classes. We do a Zoom of that, and then they can actually get that recording and view that recording, and then they can
After the
get
fact,
credit
yeah.
for that class.
Or stay home and Zoom. I happened to get COVID for a week while there were classes, and so I just sat at home. They Zoomed it, and it was great. You know, even the physical activity stuff. She walked around with her camera taking pictures of plants that they were talking about outside. So, yeah, very easy to do. Not everybody's finished. Some people take the classes and they may never get certified, but they stay a part of the group. Some people just takes maybe another 6 to 9 months to get certified because you can't do all your volunteer hours right away. That's okay. There's no rush. So, but if it's not for you, I bet you know someone who would like this. So take the information. There is a sign-up sheet back there. If you want to just stop by and just put your name down with your contact information, we will make sure someone gives you some more information, gives you a call and contacts you. Okay? And we'll be here so you can ask us more questions. Does anybody know what that bird is? I had to look it up. It's a canyon toady. I've never heard of one. Did you guys see him?
I can't see it.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
I couldn't quite get the scale, but I had it narrowed down.
Yeah, I cheated and I used Google and did it. Well, thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it.